Hi, friend. So, a lot has been going on in the world, and it makes it hard whenever you're the one that's awake to be like, why can't other people see this? Why can't it's so obvious? Why can't they just wake up? Why can't they just like go, this is real, this is happening, oh shit, we need to do something. And I want to share with you a little bit about my journey of how I've learned to accept and understand that it's not my job, it's not your job, it's not our jobs to wake people up. Okay. I am a type of person that I'm very easy to spot different patterns. It's very easy to spot the writing on the wall for me. It's like almost like I have the ability to see through, to perceive through and past all of the lies, all of the masks, all of the facades that people put up, all of the fronts, all of the everything that isn't real. It's just like I can just pierce right on through it and see right through all of the illusion. Okay. So when you have that ability, it becomes really hard because you want to shake everybody awake and just be like, you've got to know this. I know this thing is happening. But that's not your job. Okay. Back in late 2017, I started having a lot of dreams, a lot of really intense dreams that felt like warnings, that felt like an alarm clock going off inside of me, telling me to get up, to wake up, that like I need to do something now, that it is urgent, that you need to go. In those dreams, I had seen where traffic was stopped everywhere. There was so many cars, and it was like nothing was running anymore. Like traffic was just, there was nobody sitting in all these cars. It was like I was sitting in a traffic jam, and I looked around, and there was no drivers in any of the cars. They were just sitting there on the road, 4-lane roads, just filled with cars. Nobody was driving. People were just walking. There was nobody driving. And I thought, ooh, wow, there's no gas. That's weird. Then I seen a restaurant type of the building, and I seen that people were in there, and I thought, okay, I don't know where I'm at, when this is, like what is happening. Like it felt like I'd woken up almost like in the Twilight Zone, you know, when you like it's like suddenly they walk out of a building and they're in an alternate reality. That's what it felt like. And I was like, oh, there's like a restaurant, there's people there. When I walked in there, there was a whole bunch of friends and family members that I had seen, coworkers, people that I knew that like would recognize me immediately because it was like people that I worked with the day before were sitting in this cafe type thing. And it was like they were zombies. It was like they were just like eyes glazed over, like they couldn't see me and stuff. Like I was invisible. They couldn't see me. I couldn't. It was like I couldn't get through to them and stuff. It was like they were all in a trance. They were zombies. It was just. It was weird. And so I went up to the counter, and I could smell coffee. And so I went to the counter and I asked for some coffee and stuff. And they're like, "Yeah, but we're almost out." And I seen this big barrel, this like vat that normally you'd put like waste in. And I had seen them like skimming off the top, and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, this is all the coffee we had. And I could see that it was old used coffee inside of this big barrel, like that they had just been, after every cup, they would dump the rest of it in there, and then they would try to scrape off what was still good. Like it was just, it was disgusting. But it made me realize that coffee is something that, you know, it's not grown in the US. That's something that is, you know, greatly imported from other countries. It left me feeling like everything from overseas was going to be not available to get anymore. I had gone and I had tried to speak to some of the people that were there. And I finally got to speak to one of the people that were sitting there, and I was like, what the bleep is going on? Like, what the bleep is wrong with the coffee? Like, and they just looked at me dumbfounded and said, there's not been any trucks. Nothing has been shipped. How do you not know this? What is wrong? How do you not remember? And they were so dumbfounded that I had just popped into this reality, that I didn't know the history as to what had happened. Then several other dreams had happened that were that same night. It was like I then got immediately pulled out of that dream and slapped into another one. Another one that had shown me that other things were going to happen. Other pieces of the puzzle. When I had woken up that morning, I had turned to my wife and I had said, something really bad is going to happen. I know it. And she's been with me for long enough at that point to know that whenever I wake up from a dream that something was going to happen, or that somebody was in danger, or that someone was going to die soon, or something of the sort like that, she's always known that when I wake up with that urgency, that it is serious, that something is majorly wrong. From that point on, for the next few years leading up to COVID, I was talking to anybody and everybody that I knew about this dangerous thing that was going to happen, that I could feel it in every ounce of my being, that we were going to go through a severe economic crash, a severe famine, a severe level of events and difficulties. And it was like people's eyes were just glazed over, just like they were in that dream. It was like no matter who I talked to, no matter what I said, they couldn't hear me. Eventually, even after COVID had happened, even like all through 2020, I even kept saying, like, guys, like, this is serious. Like, hello. You guys remember back in towards the end of 2019, there was actually signs that were on the shelves for canned vegetables that had said, due to food shortages, due to environmental issues, due to climate change, due to a bunch of different reasons, there are food shortages. Canned goods are in short supply. Even after I gave all of those warnings, then there was signs like that, and it was broadcasted all over the mainstream media that there was food shortages imminent. Even then, people wouldn't listen. Even after COVID had happened and there was the extreme shortages in the stores where the shipping channels got really screwed up and things became really disrupted, people still weren't concerned about growing their own food. When I would be screaming at them, giving seeds, giving instructions, begging and pleading for them to just wake up, to do something, anything, they couldn't hear. They could not hear. Eventually, after several years of trying to plead with people, of trying to wake them up, of trying to even have multiple people that were in alignment with me, that were awake and aware of everything, even after several generations of people were saying, you need to wake up. Like, I lived through the Depression. Like, this happened. This is going to happen again. The writing is on the wall. I'm in my 90s. This stuff is about to happen. People were still asleep. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that it's not just about the preparedness things, but it's about every aspect of life. There are those that are meant to wake up. Everybody's heard the call. Everybody gets the same call. Everybody is clued into the same things, that quiet little whisper in their soul that something isn't right, or you need to get ready, or hey, here's this sign. Look at that. Notice this. Notice this pattern. It keeps repeating. Can you wake up now? Can you wake up now? So all those gentle nudges, all of those alarm clocks that go off internally. And for some people, they hit the snooze button and then it goes off and they're aware that it's going off, but they, for life circumstances or for whatever, they have to hit the snooze button. Other people, they woke up the first time the alarm went off, the first time they ever heard it. Those people that woke up first feel burdened that they have to wake the others, that they have to, that they have to get everybody out, that they have to wake everybody up, that they have this sense of urgency. But honestly, the most important thing you can do is to keep yourself awake. Lead by example. Don't run around screaming and begging people and using your words to wake them up. Whisper to them. Be quiet to them. Plant the seeds. Be gentle with them and say, hey, I don't know if you're aware, but there's these things happening. Or, hey, I'm concerned about this. It might be a good idea to, stock up a little bit. Read something. Or here's this book that I got that's about growing food. It might be a good thing in the coming years to look at it. Do something gentle. You can try being gentle. You can try doing those sorts of things, leading them. But you cannot force them to wake up. No matter how badly you want them to, no matter how much you love the person, no matter how desperate it is to wake them up, no matter who they are in your life, some people simply are not supposed to wake up. And that is such a hard thing to accept. It's very hard, but it is the reality. Not everyone is meant to wake up. Just like how not everyone is meant to be a being of light. If there was no darkness, there would be no need for light. So, I hope that instills something in you. I hope that it helps. So, it is a burden to be the one that is awake. It is a burden to feel like you have to wake everybody up. But what makes it easier is to just accept that not everyone is supposed to wake up, that it's not your job to wake everyone up. It's your job to heed the calling within you. It's your job to listen to the alarms that are within you. It is your job to, whatever you've been awoken to take the action steps that you need to take, whether that's growing food, whether that's moving, whether that's, any other thing that you feel that you are awake and alert to. Give off the warnings, let people know the truth, speak the truth, but don't scream it. Don't try to force it. Don't try to shake them awake. Just say, okay, I spoke. I let you know. I warned you. And then you got to just walk away and do your own thing. You have to just follow your own path. So, anyways, thanks for watching.